10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
FFA members and guests, get on your feet and make some noise for your 2020-2021 National FFA Officer Team! Your Southern Region Vice President from Florida, Arthur Jonasson! Your Western Region Vice President from California, David Lopez! Your Eastern Region Vice President from Illinois, Miriam Hoffman! Your Central Region Vice President from Missouri, Paxton Dahmer! Your National FFA Secretary from Arkansas, Anna Mathis! And your National FFA President from Georgia, Dustin Harper!
Let's go, let's go! We're breaking loose! Let's go, let's go, let's go! To what we do, Let's go, let's go! Let's go! I was made to run. It's just something in my soul. And I'll be singing my song, all around this globe. Let's go, let's go! We're breaking loose. Let's go, let's go, let's go! To what we do, let's go! Here we go!
The convention hall will come to order. We are now holding the 6th general session of the 94th National FFA Convention and Expo. Mr. Vice President, are all officers at their stations?
I shall call the roll of officers, determine if they are at their stations, and report back to you, Mr. President. The Sentinel.
Stationed by the door.
Your duties there?
Through this door pass many friends of the FFA. It is my duty to see that the doors open to our friends at all times and that they are welcome. I care for the meeting room and paraphernalia. I strive to keep the room comfortable and assist the President in maintaining order.
The reporter.
The reporter is stationed by the flag.
Why by the flag?
As the flag covers the United States of America, so I strive to inform the people in order that every man, woman, and child may know that the FFA is a national organization that reaches from the state of Alaska to the Virgin Islands and from the state of Maine to Hawaii.
The treasurer.
Stationed at the emblem of Washington.
Your duties there?
I keep a record of receipts and disbursements, just as Washington kept his farm accounts, carefully and accurately. I encourage thrift among the members and strive to build up our financial standing through savings and investments. George Washington was better able to serve his country because he was financially independent.
The Secretary.
Stationed by the ear of corn.
Your duties there?
I keep an accurate record of all meetings and correspond with other secretaries wherever corn is grown and FFA members meet.
The Advisor.
Here by the owl.
Why by the owl?
The owl is a time-honored emblem of knowledge and wisdom. Being older than the rest of you, I'm asked to advise you from time to time as the need arises. I hope that my advice will always be based on true knowledge and ripened with wisdom. Mr. Vice President, why do you keep a plow at your station?
The plow is the symbol of labor and tillage of the soil. Without labor, neither knowledge nor wisdom can accomplish much. My duties require me to assist at all times in directing the work of our organization. I preside over meetings in the absence of our president, whose place is beneath the rising sun.
Why is the president so stationed?
The rising sun is the token of a new era in agriculture. If we'll follow the leadership of our president, we shall be led out of the darkness of selfishness and into the glorious sunlight of brotherhood and cooperation. Mr. President, all officers are at their stations.
Thank you, Mr. Vice President. The Secretary will call the roll of members.
There are 57,639 members and guests registered, Mr. President.
Thank you. FFA members, why are we here? To practice brotherhood, honor agricultural opportunities and responsibilities, and develop those qualities of leadership which an FFA member should possess. May we accomplish our purposes. I now declare this 6th General Session of the 94th National FFA Convention and Expo duly open for the transaction of business or attention to any matters which may properly be presented.
Your next session chairs are the perfect balance of each other. One is steady with an old soul. He chooses to only go to the finest of establishments, Waffle House, and intelligently conserves his energy with long naps. He does this really frequently. The other one is playful and brings out the inner child in us all. You can see him constantly dancing or carrying a Build-A-Bear or giving only the warmest hugs. Please join me in welcoming my friends who I now consider brothers in your Session 6 chairs, Dr. Harper and David Lopez.
Take me to your best friend's house, go around this roundabout, oh yeah. Oh, take me to your best friend's house, I loved you then, I love you now, oh yeah.
Now, dude, I have something to ask you. You know, just super low key, but I've been really curious as to what a good date looks like. I mean, what do y'all think? Do you go on long walks on the beach, horseback riding in the mountains, alligator hunting?
Ah, mi amigo, came to the right guy for advice. You see, some might consider me an expert in this topic. What do y'all think? Now, all these ideas sound great, especially the alligator one. Definitely gonna have to add that one to the list. But the best idea is a simple one: movie night.
A movie night? Interesting, tell me more.
Well, you see, there are just so many elements to a great movie night that will set you up for success in the dating game, my brother.
Dude, I am so excited to learn from you in this session. I mean, of course, while chairing it as well, but learn from you nonetheless.
Well, let's get right to it, man. You see, the best part about a movie night that will be your best friend on a first date is suspense. Nobody likes awkward conversation on a first date. And when the show is killer, you don't even have to worry about it. And David, we have a killer show prepared for this audience tonight.
Oh, dude. Oh, I know, man. I mean, we'll start off by recognizing our proficiency and agri-science finalists, as well as listening to our amazing band and choir.
And then we'll get to hear some retiring remarks from our Central Region Vice President, Paxton Dahmer, and meet more career and leadership development event winners.
Not to mention, today we will be recognizing our American Star finalists and finding out who our American Stars are. You may have bought the whole seat, but you will only be needing the edge.
Stuff all the candy you can in your pockets and grab those 3D glasses because this show is going to be popping. Let's roll the show of the 6th General Session of the 94th National FFA Convention and Expo.
Let's go!
David, I'm a very competitive person, so one of the things I pay attention to most on movie nights is actors or actresses who have won acting awards. There's just so many, man.
I know, Doster. I mean, what kind are you thinking?
Well, you've got the Emmys, the Golden Globes, the Oscars, just to name a few of the most elite awards that you can earn in the industry.
Oh, dude, I could totally get behind that. And you know what? Funny enough, in FFA, we have some very elite awards of our own. And I think it's time we recognize some individuals who have stood out in the Supervised Agriculture Experiences Award area. Let's go ahead and find out who some of our proficiency finalists are.
Absolutely. Our Proficiency Awards recognize those FFA members who have excelled in the 3-component model. They've taken what they've learned inside the classroom and applied them to projects outside of the classroom to solve real-world issues we face in our communities and the agriculture industry.
I couldn't agree more. Now, what do y'all think about celebrating some more proficiency finalists? Let's get to it.
In the area of sheep production, entrepreneurship placement, your finalists are Casey Brassfield, San Andreas Calaveras, FFA, California. Advisors, Jason Weatherby, Kevin Hesser. Zach Scholerman, Spencer, FFA, Iowa. Advisor, Renee Naring. Zoe Parrott, Northmore, FFA, Ohio. Advisor, Ken Parrott. And Shaylee Maddox, Thomas Fay Custer, FFA, Oklahoma. Advisors, Justin Cleaver, James Maddox. And the winner is Zoe Parrott, Ohio. Zoe Parrott has 24 weather-type producing ewes that are mainly Hampshire and Hamp crosses, 3 replacement ewe lambs, 1 Hamp cross ram, and 1 Hampshire cross ram stud. The Hamp cross ram was produced by Zoe using laparoscopic artificial insemination. She is a member of the Northmore FFA chapter and her advisor is Ken Parrott. Congratulations, Zoe. In small animal production and care, entrepreneurship placement, the finalists are Grace Tim, North Putnam FFA, Indiana. Advisors, Katrina Skirvin, Jana Oxford. Morgan Kimmel, Covington UVCC FFA, Ohio. Advisor, Jessica Helsinger. Caden Brunker, Perkins Tryon FFA, Oklahoma. Advisors, Brandon Brunker, Caleb Wood. And Ty Williams, Dawson FFA, Texas. Advisors, Kevin Learskoff, Michelle Salmon. And the winner is Ty Williams, Texas. Ty Williams has a California breeding rabbit operation where he sells and exhibits market rabbits. His cull rabbits are sold to a local USDA buyer who processes them for sale at Dallas area farmers markets. Ty currently has 35 California does and 19 Californian bucks and has produced 66 litters for sale. He is a member of the Dawson FFA chapter and his advisors are Kevin Learskoff and Michelle Salmon. Congratulations, Ty. In specialty animal production, entrepreneurship placement, your finalists are Kylie Wood, Cedar Ridge FFA, Arkansas. Advisor, Tim Cunningham. Jason Douglas, East Prairie FFA, Missouri. Advisors, Nick Norwald, Ryland Small. Aaron Welch, Dyersburg FFA, Tennessee. Advisor, Lindsay Butler. And Bo Farnworth, Timpanogos FFA, Utah. Advisor, Hope Blackburn. And the winner is Kylie Wood, Arkansas. Kylie Wood works for Wood Bee Farms, helping to raise over 1,300 honeybee hives. The hives are located in 16 different locations within the state. The operation also rents out over 1,200 hives to a broker in California. One of Kylie's tasks is to feed the bees using a mixture of sugar and water. She is a member of the Cedar Ridge FFA chapter, and her advisor is Tim Cunningham. Congratulations, Kylie. The finalists in Specialty Crop Production Entrepreneurship Placement are Savannah Downs, Bakersfield Christian FFA, California. Advisor, Tanya Videby Love. Philip Shasky, Auburndale Senior FFA, Florida. Advisors, Kimberly Shasky, Michael McCracken. Ty Steffen, Newark FFA, Illinois. Advisor, Joe Steffen. And Devin Valentine, Harris FFA, Tennessee. Advisors, Ryan Inman, Laura Moss. And the winner is Savannah Downs, California. Savannah Downs started Downs Family Farm in 2018, growing 3 varieties of cut flowers. Today, she grows more than 30 flower varieties, including zinnias, sunflowers, cosmos, and dahlias. Savannah cares for her plants from seed to market and installed an 8x12-foot greenhouse to start seedlings. She is a member of the Bakersfield Christian FFA chapter, and her advisor is Tanya Videby Love. Congratulations, Savannah. In the area of swine production entrepreneurship, the finalists are Sierra Collier, Fresno Central FFA, California. Advisors, Tari Downs, Jessica Fahey. Paul Oliver, Tattnall County FFA, Georgia. Advisors, Adam Carpenter, Leah Kirkley. Cooper Young, Gilmer FFA, Texas. Advisors, Jessica Ramsey, Sue Witt. And Maggie Finch, Kashmir FFA, Washington. Advisors, Rusty Finch, Jed Odenreiter. And the winner is Maggie Finch, Washington. Maggie Finch has produced 19 litters, yielding over 170 show pigs that she has sold throughout the state. She selects boars and artificially breeds for sows. Maggie has won a total of 12 Grand or Reserve Champion titles in market and showmanship. She is a member of the Kashmir FFA chapter, and her advisors are Rusty Finch and Jed Odenreiter. Congratulations, Maggie. Your finalists in the area of swine production placement are Christina Della Pena, Calipatria FFA, California. Advisor, Brianna Larios. Mackenzie Lance, Ridgemont FFA, Ohio. Advisors, Shelby Faulkner, Stephanie Jolliffe. Brittany Oler, Hera FFA, Oklahoma. Advisors, Brad Carey, Jessica Barnes. And Victoria Mailer, Darlington FFA, Wisconsin. Advisors, Justin Doyle, Troy Lobdahl. And the winner is Brittany Oler, Oklahoma. Brittany Oler works for Top Notch Genetics. She cares for 13 sows, 2 boars, and 3 show goats. Brittany also helps manage breeding and selling show swine and semen. She provides daily care for the show pigs, including feeding, washing, brushing, and walking. She is a member of the Hera FFA chapter, and her advisors are Brad Carey and Jessica Barnes. Congratulations, Brittany. In turf grass management entrepreneurship placement, the finalists are Daniel Walker, Central of Carroll FFA in Georgia. Advisors, Nicole Dysert, Stanley Clark. Brigham Nelson, Rigby FFA, Idaho. Advisors, Casey Sanders, Robert Hale. Derek Larison, Riverton FFA, Kansas. Advisor, Jacob Larison. And Robert Gray, Western Brown FFA, Ohio. Advisor, Ryan Rosselet. And the winner is Robert Gray, Ohio. Robert Gray mowed and weed-eated his grandmother's yard every other weekend. His interest in the work grew until he started working as a lawn technician for a local company. Robert's duties include mowing, weed-eating, trimming, edging, spraying, and performing equipment maintenance. He is a member of the Western Brown FFA chapter, and his advisor is Ryan Rosselet. Congratulations, Robert. Your finalists in the area of vegetable production entrepreneurship placement are Cooper Horn, Harbor FFA, Arkansas. Advisors Seth Jones, Jonathan Roberts. Adela Garcia, Santa Maria Pioneer Valley FFA, California. Advisors Hector Guerra, Natalie Baldwin. Eli Patrick, Covington FFA, Tennessee. Advisors Jeremiah Johnson, Brian Cole. And Jack Scheffler, Chiawana FFA, Washington. Advisors Renee Johnson and Georgia Carr. And the winner is Eli Patrick, Tennessee. Eli Patrick has a 3-acre vegetable farm where he produces sweet corn, yellow squash, purple whole peas, bell peppers, habanero peppers, cayenne, okra, cucumbers, zucchini, and sweet potatoes. Eli sells produce to wholesalers, produce stands, neighbors, and keeps some for personal use. He is a member of the Covington FFA chapter, and his advisors are Jeremiah Johnson and Brian Cole. Congratulations, Eli. In veterinary science entrepreneurship placement, the finalists are Lily Sheffield, Patala Charter Academy FFA, Georgia. Advisors, Robert Bodiford, Catherine Bodiford. Jolene Morris, Benton Central FFA, Indiana. Advisor, Amanda Mullins. Brett Montgomery, Brookfield FFA, Missouri. Advisor, Jessica Dobrzinski. And Hope Lockstedt, Slinger FFA, Wisconsin. Advisor, Caitlin Dye. And the winner is Brett Montgomery, Missouri. Brett Montgomery is a veterinary assistant and works 3 days after school and some weekends. His tasks include animal exams, prepping animals and tools for surgery, and administering shots and medications. He also accompanies the veterinarians on farm calls and assists with pulling calves, C-sections, and treating sick livestock. He is a member of the Brookfield FFA chapter, and his advisor is Jessica Dobrzinski. Congratulations, Brett. In wildlife production and management entrepreneurship placement, the finalists are Mason Hayworth, Visalia Central Valley Christian FFA, California. Advisors Kelsey DeYoung, Frank Enrique. Sophie Dilley, North Park FFA, Colorado. Advisor Eric Wellman. Cade Ring, Morrison FFA, Oklahoma. Advisors Lawson Thompson, Hannah Minson. And Barrett Bradshaw, Canyon FFA, Texas. Advisors Jeff Closey, Jennifer Barton. And the winner is Mason Hayworth, California. Mason Hayworth works for Curly Farms, his family's catfish hatchery. The hatchery houses approximately 7,000 catfish. They operate a no-kill facility and harvest fish between 3 and 5 pounds. Mason focuses on pond beautification and maintenance to ensure a proper ecosystem. He is a member of the Visalia Central Valley Christian FFA chapter, and his advisors are Kelsey DeYoung and Frank Enrique. Congratulations, Mason. These students have each created a solid foundation for a successful future through their SAE programs. Join me in congratulating all of our 2021 Proficiency Award finalists and winners.
You know, David, all this talk about a great movie night has me wanting to talk to you about one of my favorite old-time movies.
Oh, I know what movie you're talking about. Do y'all think you know what movie he's talking about? I'm just messing, Doss. I know, it's The Notebook.
Oh, come on, man. That was between you and me. No, no, it's actually Back to the Future.
The science one?
Yeah.
Is it because, like, the cool, like, hair or the lab coat? It's a cool car, isn't it?
Definitely the car, but also the science aspect of it, because you see, every good movie has a thrilling plot where the hero's under pressure, and when you throw in the invention of the world's first ever time machine, man, that makes for an awesome movie.
Dude, you know, I'm listening, but I just don't get it. I mean, aside from the kaboom and the ka-chow and all those cool things, I don't know what you're talking about, dude.
Dude, I'm serious. Look, you know there's going to be a lot of heart put into this, multiple tries, and looking like you're smart on a first date, that's never a bad thing, man.
Oh, dude, adding that one to the list. Well, luckily for us, the next group of individuals don't have to act smart like you, because they actually are. These folks have participated in the Agri-Science Fair and have conducted scientific experiments using the scientific method, competed at the Agri-Science Fair, and now are here at the National Convention stage. Sponsored by Cargill, John Deere, and Syngenta, help me in welcoming our finalists in Agri-Science.
Our finalists in Social Science Division 1 are: in third place, Taylor Russell of the Schulzburg FFA Chapter, Wisconsin. In second place, Abigail Bynack of the Mohall FFA Chapter, North Dakota. And first place, Lauren Rolling of the McCook Central FFA, South Dakota. Lauren researched current grain bin safety practices and determined the safety education needs of farmers and community members. Congratulations. Our finalists in Social Science Division 2 are: in third place, Alina Gerardo and Sunshine Garampel of the Wapaho Intermediate Middle FFA, Hawaii. In second place, Faith Howe and Rose Scheel of the Velva FFA, North Dakota. And first place, Ashton Smith and Michaela Klinger of the Tucumari Kari FFA in New Mexico. Ashton and Michaela determined if respondents had a preference for how their tomatoes were grown. Congratulations. Our finalists in Social Science Division 3 are: in third place, Talia Ritchie of the St. Helena FFA, California. In second place, Ronald Bischoff of the Anthony Wayne FFA, Ohio. And first place, Madison Muller, Lawton FFA, Oklahoma. The purpose of Madison's research was to explore how labels utilized on agricultural products such as GMO, organic, and gluten-free affect the purchasing decisions of consumers. Congratulations. Our finalists in Social Science Division 4 are: in third place, Sean Michael Valencia Monte and Mariah Priscilla Quibble of the Waipahu FFA Chapter, Hawaii. In second place, Kirsten Klein and Hudson Westbrook of the Stephenville FFA, Texas. And first place, Emily Pan and Talia Zundel of the San Luis Obispo FFA, California. Emily and Talia investigated the impact of the subsequent shutdown on farms 1 year later. Congratulations. Our finalists in Social Science Division 5 are: in third place, Mira Patel of the Bergen County Academies FFA Chapter, New Jersey. In second place, Ian Hoffman of the Mill Creek West Unity FFA, Ohio. And first place, Garen Thomas Hamby of the Eagleville FFA Chapter, Tennessee. Garen Thomas investigated the demand for marketing strategy service among agritourism businesses. It served as a proof of concept study for AgSeed, which provides go-to-market services for niche agricultural ventures. Congratulations! Our finalists in Social Science Division 6 are: in third place, Emily Hardawig and Emma Robertson of Felicity Franklin FFA, Ohio. In second place, Gage Yellowberg and Jamie Danks of the Max FFA chapter, North Dakota. And first place, Allie Royston and Kathleen Rothwell Adcock of the Franklin County FFA, Georgia. Allie and Kathleen determined consumers' knowledge and opinions on fresh prepackaged versus fresh shelved produce. Congratulations to all our Agri-Science Fair finalists and winners.
You know, David, one thing that can take any movie from good to awesome is a great soundtrack.
Oh, dude, I couldn't agree with you more. And something about the Disney movie soundtracks is just like farly. Where are my Disney fans in the house? Let's go.
Dude, right on, man. I've never been a big fan of musicals in the past, but when Disney Plus came out, I was sold. I mean, it's got all the classics like The Lion King.
What a wonderful phrase.
Dude, that is a good one. And you can't forget about my all-time favorite, Tarzan.
Dang, man, that's a great one. And it's got me reaching for the tissue boxes, man. But keep those tissue boxes near because this next musical performance is sure to be so great that it might bring a tear or two to your eyes. Sponsored by Quartet of Agri-Science and directed by Mr. Spencer White, let's welcome to the stage once again our National FFA Band.
Hello, FFA. My name is Cora Johnson, and I proudly represent the Montgomery County R2 FFA chapter from the Show Me State of Missouri. From the radio sound waves of the 70s to the bright lights of the Broadway stage, the music of ABBA continues to excite listeners everywhere. Your 2021 National FFA Band hopes you enjoy this foot-tapping medley of hits.
Hello, everybody. My name is Peyton Dahmer.
My name's Quentin Carlisle. He's Paxton's brother, and I'm Paxton's friend and roommate. I met Paxton over 3 years ago, but within the first 3 minutes, I felt like I'd known him for years. 2 things in particular that I picked up on very quickly. He's truly selfless, and he's a great time to be around. I mean, there's not a dull moment with this guy, whether that means he's starting a bonfire in our backyard or a grease fire in our kitchen. You never know what's gonna happen. And he's been lucky for the past year to serve as a national officer. And people across the country have been lucky to meet him and learn these things about him for themselves. Before, during, and after national office, Paxton has been and will be a beacon of positivity in the lives of those around him. He is a good friend, a good roommate, an adventurous chef, my best friend, and for the past year, he's been a terrific national officer.
Growing up, most of my favorite memories with my brother either consisted of a livestock show or at home working in the barn. However, in the last year, those memories have shifted to those that were spent either hundreds or sometimes thousands of miles apart as I watched him serve this great organization that means so much to both of us. Now, he may claim that he grew up being known as Peyton Dahmer's little brother, but I can assure you that in my opinion, there's no greater privilege than being known as Paxton Dahmer's brother. He's a mentor to many, he's a friend to everyone, and while his time in the Blue Jackets coming to a close, I know that his story's only beginning. See, Quentin and I are just the 2 folks that are honored to be here and introduce him for his retiring address tonight. But what I love most about my brother is that everybody in this stadium here this evening holds a special place in his heart. His love for agriculture, his love for FFA, and more importantly, his love for people brought him here tonight. Your 2020-2021 National FFA Central Region Vice President, Paxton Dahmer.
Living in this big new world, with my head up in outer space. I know I'll be A-O-A-O-K. I know I'll be A-O-A-O-K. When I see trouble come my way, I'll be making lemonade. I know I'll be A-O-A-O-K. I know I'll be A-O-A-O-K.
This is it, the moment that most of us dream of as kids. It's Homeboy's first day of gym class. I walk down the long hallway to the Nevada Middle School gym, swing open the door, and quickly shuffle across the old hard surface into the boys' locker room. Now it's there that I take my socks and pull them up above my knees, because those, paired with my shorts that go just a few inches below my knee, are sure to give off the impression that your boy's an athlete. I throw on a shirt, I lace up my shoes, and I quickly head out to the gym floor. It's time to play. Now, when we get out there, we're told that we're gonna start the class with some stretches. So, we start with our arms, we start with our legs, and if anybody's like me with Lucas Oil Stadium, you're feeling the burn. It's go time. We're all stretched out, we're ready to go. So we go over to the sidelines, coach calls out, today, it's wiffle ball day. Now hold up. I know that your boy's excited about gym class and all, but I am a little bit concerned about how this is gonna go. But I head over to the sideline, I get in line, captains are selected, and teams start to form. Now, as each captain calls out student after student, and teams start to form in the line, students on my side of the line just got a little bit smaller, and a little bit smaller, until eventually, Homeboy was the only one on this side of the line, and I finally hear Dahmer, and I'm like, oh, yes, yes. And I hang my head, and I walk over and get in line. Now I know what you're thinking. Not only is getting picked last embarrassing enough, but your boy went from looking and feeling like a Major League Baseball pitch on wiffle ball day to being the kid picked last. And while I can sit up here and I can joke about it today, I can promise you that in the moment, nothing felt worse. Now, as time went on, it finally got to the point that it was time to play, and man, I was excited. I step up to home plate, I grab that bat, I clench it in my fists, I close my eyes, I pull it behind my head, about as awkward as this probably. I take my first swing, and nothing. Okay, all right, let's realign here. Paxton, there's a ball coming at your head, your eyes are closed, odds are you should probably get them open, right? All right, we can do this. Deep breath, eyes open. I get back into formation, I grab that bat, I clinch it really, really tight, I pull it behind my head, and I give it another swing, and nothing. Okay, so we've got 2. Maybe this one's a little bit different. I feel a little different. Coach calls out, that's 2 strikes, Dahmer, 1 more, you're out. The nerves are here, but this one feels different. Last time, I get up there, I grab that bat, I clinch it really, really tight. I pull it behind my head, I say a little prayer, and I give it another swing, and boom! Nothing. And I hang my head, I walk over to get in the back of the line in hopes that nobody noticed. They did. Now, when I sat there, I asked myself, I said, Paxton, why can't you just be a little bit athletic like every other person in this gym? Y'all, I was flat out defeated. And in that very moment, I had my first run-in with what I would soon come to know as my worst enemy, comparison. Now, as my brain started down the path of comparison, it just kept picking up speed until eventually I was comparing myself to anything and everything. It didn't just stop at gym class. I sat there and I watched as my friends found what they were really, really good at, what they excelled in. And as they all found their respective groups, band, sports, choir, you name it, they were fitting in and they were thriving. And homeboy was left here wondering, why not me? When am I gonna have my turn? When am I gonna find my place? Or is there even a place for me? Or am I destined to live my entire life comparing myself to others for the duration of it? Maybe you too have felt that way. When's the last time you compared yourself to others? Did you feel like you wouldn't be successful because of it? Like you'd be sitting there, waiting, wondering, asking yourself, when will it be my turn? You know, I learned an important lesson on that topic earlier this year. I had the opportunity to travel to the great state of Oklahoma to alumni camp to spend the week of Independence Day. Yeah, y'all know what Camp Tolakoki's all about. It was there that I had the opportunity to spend the week with my small group, and Brooke over here in the choir knows all about that. She was in it. But I had the opportunity to spend the week with my small group as we guided them through ropes courses, as we did some trust falls, but ultimately, as we absolutely dominated in water Olympics. Am I right? Now, as the week progressed, we started shifting our conversations towards a bit more of a serious tone around the idea of a trust circle. It goes like this. We're all sitting in our circle, and I say, find a new seat if you've ever felt out of place. Now, to that prompt, many of us stood up and found new seats, and we quickly picked up on the idea of a trust circle. Then, we took it on a little bit deeper of a level. Find a new seat if you've ever lost a loved one. Find a new seat if you've ever seen a loved one struggle with addiction. Find a new seat if your parents are divorced. Find a new seat if you've seen a loved one that's taken their own life. Find a new seat if your family's ever struggled financially. And as I said these prompts, many of us stood up and moved across the circle, signifying that we had faced that challenge. But in doing so, we had a fundamental realization. We weren't alone. You see, as we responded to these prompts, many of us stood up, moved across the circle, signifying that we had faced that challenge, and then we started to understand that we had all faced a challenge. Granted, we didn't all stand up at the same time, we didn't all move across the circle at the same time, but we all did at some point because we all had faced something, and in that very moment, we learned to know that not everyone's path is the same, and that's okay. Now, what happened after that trust circle was absolutely incredible. We felt comfort, we embraced one another with a mutual understanding that we all had faced challenges. And that's what makes us us. Think about it. What have you faced that makes you you? Really, think about it. Everyone in this arena, I can promise you, has faced a set of challenges that makes you unique. However, those challenges are what drive your development, make you the person you are, and set you apart from others. When you face a challenge, do you compare yourself to others in the process? Or do you walk along your path with that new knowledge, understanding that that challenge makes you unique, and you can use that to the best of your ability? Know that not everyone's path is the same, and that's okay. Now, by a quick show of hands, how many of us in the house have ever heard of the country of Ukraine? Okay, I see some hands up. All right, let's keep those hands up if we've ever met someone from there. Yeah, I see a lot less hands this time. And to be completely honest with y'all, not all that long ago, I was on the same path as those of us that have our hands down. I hadn't really heard of Ukraine, and I certainly hadn't dreamt of meeting someone from there. But in roughly February of 2019, as I walked into my state officer seminar class at the University of Missouri, we were told that we were going to have a Ukrainian delegation joining us for our state convention in April. But the unique part was that they weren't just coming for that convention. They were going to spend a few nights in homes of students learning what education looks like in the United States. Like, what an experience. But let's break it down. Now, at roughly 16 years old, only a handful of students without their parents are traveling nearly 6,000 miles to the United States, then going through US customs and immersing themselves in a culture which at that point they weren't familiar with at all. Then, they're asked to stay in the homes of other students, surrounded by a family of strangers, not knowing if you have a single thing in common with them. But to top it all off, then they're asked to go to high school with these students, surrounding themselves with hundreds of other strangers, with English not even being their primary language. To most, admittedly myself included, simply thinking of a situation like this makes me a bit uneasy. But not for my Ukrainian friends, though. You see, they met this presence of differences with wide open arms, and not only did they absolutely live it up during their time in the United States, but they took it to a deeper level. As we talked about our differences, and believe me, there were many, it was never met with shame. Nobody hung their heads in shame of where they came from or who they are. Rather, they were met with celebration. We talked about it all, our dissimilarities, our quirks, our cultures, all of it, and it was just met with celebration. Now imagine what this world would look like if we all lived our life just a little bit more like my friends from Ukraine. If we sought to learn from others through our differences, understanding that those differences are what make us unique. I can promise you, when we turn on our TV, we'd see far less violence and division. Rather, we'd see unity and hope. People coming together, understanding that our differences are what make us unique, and we can use those differences for the better of all. Man, it's easy to forget the many, many details of my time with my friends from the Ukraine. But real talk, y'all, I'm never going to forget how valued they made me feel. We should celebrate others for their paths. Now, how's that showing up in your life right now? Who can you celebrate? Earlier this year, I had the opportunity to really celebrate someone special. My teammate Doster and I were road tripping for chapter visits. 2 guys in a high-speed cherry red aerodynamic Dodge Grand Caravan minivan. Just kidding. That's not actually us. But as we were traveling, we did have one visit that quite literally had me dancing in my seats, all thanks to a girl named Allison. Allison, a member of the Carl Junction FFA chapter, was born with a mild case of cerebral palsy, a disorder that impacts muscle tone, movement, and posture. Now, I've had the privilege of watching Allison grow up for a number of years, and I've seen her as she showed livestock, as she's competed in various career development events, and honestly, she's held a lot of really cool leadership positions in this organization. FFA, the organization that we are all a part of and is quite literally threaded into this building tonight, is what keeps her going, and maybe you can relate. But the thing is as Allison traveled down her path in FFA, she faced challenge after challenge. But above all else, I got to witness Allison as she showed up as the best version of herself, no matter what challenge came her way. Allison kept putting in the work every single day in any way that she possibly could in hopes of eventually earning her state FFA degree. And do we have anyone in here tonight that has that similar goal? Yeah, absolutely, and you should. It's an awesome goal. Now, a few weeks prior to state convention this spring, Allison was slapped with yet another challenge that would hold her back from receiving her degree on stage in person like she had dreamt of. Allison was in a tragic car accident resulting in a broken neck, head lacerations, and several other injuries, leaving her bound to a wheelchair and wearing a neck brace, unable to attend convention. For 4 years, Allison had put her all into this organization, much like many of us obviously had to do to get here today, in hopes that eventually it would pay off and she'd be the recipient of a state FFA degree. She'd get her 15 seconds of fame, her moment in the limelight, just to have it ripped away right before. Allison was crushed. Allison was crushed. Man, how would you react in that situation? Would you be salty, angry that you weren't getting your stage time? Because to be completely transparent, I probably would. But that's the thing. Allison didn't let the most massive set of challenges hold her back. She kept putting her all into this organization, her blood, her sweat, her tears. She was dedicated. And she did anything she could in hopes that eventually that dream would pay off like she had dreamt of, and she would be the recipient of that state FFA degree. Now, Doster and I were there for her senior banquet. We sat at the front of the room, and we applauded each award recipient as they came up, but we were anxiously waiting for the sign that it was time. And eventually, my friend Sam gave me the head nod, and we stood up and we walked to the front of the room, and in that moment, we got to do something absolutely remarkable. In that banquet hall, in that moment, we got the chance to call upon Allison and bestow upon her her state FFA degree, and let me tell you, it was beautiful. Yeah, absolutely. Clap for Allison. She deserves it. As Allison rolled to the front of the room, there wasn't a dry eye in that building because let me tell you, right before our eyes, we were watching 4 years of hard work, determination, and dedication pay off. And she was finally the recipient of that state FFA degree. Faced with more adversity than many of us can even begin to imagine, Allison persevered through it all. When Allison faces a challenge, she asks herself, how can I avoid giving up? She doesn't focus on her weaknesses, on her shortcomings. Rather, she asks herself, how can I be better? Allison's accomplishment is the result of showing up as the best version of herself every single day, no matter where her path took her. Allison worked hard. I can promise you, there were times where Allison felt like she didn't fit in, and she had to learn to recognize that her path is different, and that's okay. I know there were times where she was left out of the limelight and she had to celebrate others for their paths. But to top it all off, Allison showed up as the best version of Allison no matter what came her way. Now look at you. Are you showing up as the best version of yourself? If not, what's holding you back? How can you be better? That's the thing. Allison did show up as the best version of herself every single day, and because of that, she's a recipient of the state FFA degree. She earned her dream. Now take a look at the path you're headed down. Is it you? Honestly, are you doing what's best for you? Or could you afford to learn what my friends in Oklahoma learned when they learned to know that not everyone's path is the same, and that's okay? Or could you act a little bit more like my friends from the Ukraine and celebrate others for their paths? Or how about Allison? Are you showing up as the best version of yourself no matter where your path takes you? Y'all, sometimes life is a lot like that gym class. We're gonna be put in situations where we compare ourselves to others, where we feel inferior, where we feel uncomfortable. But y'all, those situations set us up to learn some of the most important lessons about life. And now we've gotta take these steps together. We've got to learn to know that our path is different, and that's okay. We've got to celebrate others for their paths, and we've got to show up as the best version of ourselves, no matter where our path takes us, because that, my friends, that is a life worth being proud of.
That's something to be proud of. That's a life you can hang your hat on. You don't need to make a million. Just be thankful to be working. If you're doing what you're able, putting food there on the table. And providing for the family that you love. That's something to be proud of. Anything more you ever really do is the best you can. Well, you did it, man. That's something to be proud of.
Paxton, as a proud Missourian, you've shown us everything from a good sense of heart to your dependability. While you have tried to set many fires in our apartments, you have successfully lit a fire in our hearts and our organization to love people better, sooner. We know you will always support us regardless of the path that we're on, and we're thankful for your listening ear and playful spirit that make any path a little easier. You're always down for a good adventure and light night laugh chat, especially when you have a cold soda in hand. You've been a great friend and a great teammate for us. You've showed up for us and every member in this organization with 100% Paxton Dahmer. No matter how far apart we're always together at heart. Love, Anna, David, Miriam, Artha, and Doster. National FFA, your 2020-2021 Central Region Vice President, Paxton Dahmer.
That's something to be proud of. That's a life you can hang your hat on. You don't need to make a million. Just be thankful to be working. If you're doing what you're able, putting food there on the table, and providing for the family that you love. That's something to be proud of.
Now, Doster, I have enjoyed movie night so much today. What about you?
Oh, absolutely. I'm having a great time.
Dude, I am thinking about what comes after a great movie night, and there's just so many components to it. Like, I know I love a good competition.
I love relaxing, man. Don't you love relaxing during a movie night?
Oh, how many of us love to relax? Dude, you know, with this idea of a movie night, I'm really starting to get in it because there's so much to it, especially with the fact of being lazy and cozy. You know, after this year, I have learned that being lazy is a good thing, but I'm worried that what the next people will think.
Yeah, you know, man, wouldn't it be nice if we just had some nice couches and recliners right here on stage just to sit back and relax?
Oh, 100%, my man. Now, I am worried that the next group of individuals will think, because they definitely do not sit back and relax. These individuals are exemplary leaders in building leaders, growing communities, and strengthening agriculture. They're definitely innovators in the area of agriculture and education, and they are also our finalists in Premier Chapter, Strengthening Agriculture. And I think it's time we recognize those individuals.
Our premier chapter finalists in the area of strengthening agriculture are Cedar Ridge FFA of Colorado. This chapter developed a project they call Tarps and Trees to address chapter member retention and participation. The activity allows first-year members to relieve the financial burden of their FFA jackets. Members helped cover silage pits at a local dairy in exchange for their jackets. 47 FFA members participated in the event, working a total of 290 hours at Wick's Dairy. Branford FFA of Florida was solicited by the Greater Branford Community Association to help decorate community spaces for holidays like Halloween, Easter, and the 4th of July. They worked with 6 local businesses to decorate scarecrows to display in front of their maze. Community engagement increased as well, as the scarecrows served as prominent features in social media posts by local citizens. Lakewood Ranch FFA of Florida noticed businesses struggled in their community during the global pandemic, and local agribusinesses never shut down. Their support group committee wanted to highlight these businesses through a supporter scavenger hunt. FFA members used clues through a Google form to create an experience that focused on 10 local businesses. Cambridge FFA of Illinois partnered with WQAD, their local news station, to feature short educational interviews with state legislators that were recorded to advocate for agricultural policies. Dubbed Live with Legislators, they interviewed a total of 4 representatives and senators in northern Illinois. They spoke with elected officials about recent bills that highlighted conservation practices and support for small businesses. Seneca FFA of Illinois developed an activity called Skyscrapers and Barons to complete a service learning activity that would help students studying grain marketing create a public display of the industry's history. Members were required to combine research, museum display techniques, and agricultural knowledge to complete the initiative. The display is hosted in the Seneca Area Heritage Museum. Charles City FFA of Iowa worked with local master gardeners and AmeriCorps volunteers to build raised garden beds for residents of local low-income housing. The FFA chapter worked with the residents, helping them develop the skills to grow and care for the vegetable plants so that fresh produce could be grown throughout the summer. 8 raised garden beds were built and maintained in total. Bondurant Middle FFA of Kentucky had moved to 100% virtual learning during the global pandemic, and like most chapters, reevaluated that year's remaining events. To offer a way for members to get outside and still learn about agriculture, they developed and held Sunflower Summer, allowing each FFA member the opportunity to plant mammoth sunflower seeds. 29 of their members shared weekly updates on the progress of their plant and the best practices they had adopted to aid its growth. Ellsbury FFA of Missouri worked at their local polling stations during the 2020 primary and general elections to sanitize voting booths after hearing that some community members didn't feel safe coming to vote due to the ongoing global pandemic. FFA members were given disinfectant wipes to clean the voting booths, and several also helped clean up after the long day of voting was completed. Mexico FFA of Missouri hosted a This or That night to educate FFA members about look-alike products found in homes and farms that can be dangerous but have a similar appearance to common foods and drinks that people consume daily. 24 FFA members participated in the event, and the University of Missouri Extension helped to determine which products to highlight. Corinth Holders FFA chapter of North Carolina worked with local Pace Family Farms to create the Treat of Agriculture Trail. The Halloween activity served as a safer alternative to trick-or-treating during the global pandemic. Participants and their families were encouraged to dress in costumes as they walked along the commodity-themed trail to learn about agriculture and receive commodity-related treats. A total of 7 commodity groups and 8 local agribusinesses participated in the event. And the premier chapter in strengthening agriculture is Corinth Holders FFA, North Carolina. Congratulations to all of our chapters in the Strengthening Agriculture Premier Chapter Award.
Hi, so my name is Blake Vanderkamp. I'm originally from the Diamond Trail FFA chapter located right outside Des Moines, Iowa. I recently had the privilege of serving as the Iowa FFA state reporter and was part of the hashtag Speak Ag Pioneer program, which I'm very thankful to be a part of. I've been able to impact so many different people and even the agricultural industry as a whole, from attending National Ag Day and meeting with people like Senator Grassley from my own state, or some of our representatives like Randy Feenstra, to even the FFA members around our state and even nationally. And through all those skills that we learned from just the simple skill of advocacy was so important and so crucial to my skill development and things that I'll use later in life, but also when it comes to the members, making sure that we have meaningful connections and making sure that we inspire the next generation of agriculturalists and teach them the crucial issues that are in agriculture. If I could say anything to a supporter of National FFA and the Speak Ag Pioneer program, I would first off have to say thank you for everything that you did. Even in a year with COVID and everything, I still got to have the amazing experiences that I could only have dreamed of, but also the fact that you made so many connections with other state officers for me and get to show members that there's just limitless opportunities through FFA. And I really can't imagine life without the jacket, and continuously day in and day out, I'm just going to be eternally thankful. And everything that you guys do is truly making a difference for the future of agriculture, and you guys should be proud of everything that you guys get to do for us, because I know we greatly appreciate it.
David, you know what the best part about movie night is?
What?
The competition.
Okay. Are you thinking like John Cena?
Dude, how cool would that be? But no, I'm talking like rivalries, like Disney versus Pixar or Marvel versus DC, like that kind of thing.
Oh, okay. I see what you're putting down now. But I think for this next thing, we're going to need everyone's help, because I just don't think you and I can handle it on our own. So what's going to happen is we're going to go ahead and ask 2 different prompts, and whichever one you agree with the most, yell up and stand up and yell as loud as possible. Sound pretty good? All right. We'll start off with something simple. We have Pixar or Disney. Let's make some noise if we're Disney fans. All right. What about Pixar fans? That was pretty tied, dude. All right, moving on to the next category. We have comedy movies or horror movies. So comedy movies. All right, horror movies. All right. I think comedy took that one, but yeah. But we have one more and like the most important question of tonight's event. Do we think David and Doster deserve an Emmy?
Yeah! Well, David, that was awesome. I mean, it looks like we have some results for what the people want. What we also have results for is our next group of career and leadership development event finalists. Let's meet our next CDE and LDE winners.
Up first in the area of poultry career development event, students are tasked with the ability to judge laying hens, breeding broilers, as well as identify ready-to-cook carcasses and turkey and chicken parts. Let's see what's cracking with our finalists.
In the area of poultry evaluation, individuals placing in the top 10 are: in 10th, Paige Umberson, Lincoln FFA, Arkansas. In 9th, Mackenzie Beller, Watts FFA, Oklahoma. In 8th, Charlie Vitt, Paris FFA, Missouri. In 7th, Laken Edwards, Paris FFA, Missouri. In 6th place, Abigail Beller, Watts FFA, Oklahoma. In 5th, Kristen Justilian, James E. Taylor FFA, Texas. In 4th, Catherine Kirish, James E. Taylor FFA, Texas. In 3rd place, Chris Ebesmeyer, Paris FFA, Missouri. In 2nd place, Madeline Fitch, James E. Taylor FFA, Texas. And 1st place, Chloe Laybird, James E. Taylor FFA, Texas. Congratulations to the top 10 individuals in poultry evaluation. The final 4 teams are: in 4th place, Miami Trace, Great Oaks FFA, Ohio. In 3rd place, Paris FFA, Missouri. In 2nd place, Lincoln FFA, Arkansas. And your national winning team is James E. Taylor FFA from Texas. James E. Taylor's FFA advisor is David Laird. Members of that team are Madeline Fitch, Kristen Justilian, Chloe Laybird, and Catherine Kirish. Congratulations!
The Dairy Cattle and Evaluation Management Career Development event helps students develop their skills in dairy cattle selection and herd management. Participants evaluate the cattle's physical characteristics, explain their various classes, and analyze a herd record as a team. Let's move right along to our next contestants.
In the area of dairy cattle evaluation and management, individuals placing in the top 10 are: in 10th place, Ella Fisher, Savannah FFA, Missouri. In 9th, Tyler Ratka, Rocori FFA, Minnesota. In 8th, Lane Domeyer, Maquoketa Valley, Iowa. In 7th, Austin Holcomb, Durant FFA, Florida. In 6th place, Jackson Baird, Spencer County High School, Kentucky. In 5th, Rachel Mancibo, Chowchilla FFA, California. In fourth place, Savannah Rice, Durant FFA, Florida. In third, Audrey Peel, North Miami FFA, Indiana. In second place, Nevin Erbson, Eastland FFA, Illinois. And first place, Delana Erbson, Eastland FFA, Illinois. Congratulations to the top 10 individuals in dairy cattle evaluation and management. The final 4 teams are: in fourth, North Miami FFA, Indiana. In third, Maquoketa Valley FFA, Iowa. In second place, Durant FFA, Florida. And your national winning team is Eastland FFA from Illinois. Eastland FFA's advisor is Cynthia Feltmeyer. Members of the team are Alyssa Miller, Delana Erbson, Nevin Erbson, and Ella Gunderson. Congratulations!
In the area of prepared public speaking, students deliver a 6 to 8 minute speech related to an agricultural related topic. But prior to delivering speech, students spent copious amount of time researching and coming up with an informative and creative speech. It's time we prepare to meet our finalists.
In the area of prepared public speaking, individuals placing in the top 4 are: in fourth place, Ivy Chen, McKinley FFA, Hawaii. In third place, Avery Oliver, Sealy FFA, Texas. In second place, Morgan Anderson, Amanda Clear Creek, FFA, Ohio. And your national winning individual is Bella Whitty from Eastern Hancock FFA of Indiana. Eastern Hancock FFA advisor is Sarah Williams. Congratulations. And congratulations to all of our career and leadership development event finalists and winners.
David, that awesome band performance earlier has me in a mood for a great musical.
Dude, I like what you're thinking, but I think we could do it a little bit better. I think it's time you and I try something. This one's for all the moms out there.
David, that was a great performance, maybe except for yours, but I think it's time for us to turn it over to some professionals to carry it for the rest of the way. FFA members and guests, sponsored by Corteva AgriScience and directed by Miss Christy Britton. Let's welcome to the stage once again our National FFA Chorus.
Good evening, National FFA. My name is Damon Gallegos, and I proudly represent the Fallbrook FFA and the Grand and Golden State of California.
My name is Ashlyn Barnes, and I proudly represent the Poto FFA chapter from Oklahoma, the Sooner State. The 2021 National FFA Chorus proudly presents The Dreamer in Me, music and lyrics by Pink Zebra. This is a powerful and inspiring piece.
This song has happy vibes, positive thinking, and an overall hopeful attitude. We are all dreamers, and our lives are full of endless possibilities. Our featured soloists include Rainey Davenport from Tennessee
and Emma Knowles from Oklahoma.
take you places that you'll never find. I know something about a state of mind. I've got the dreamer in me. Roses bloom and the sun will shine. Leave your troubles in the world behind. Stars shine brighter when you free your mind. I've got the dreamer in me.
Now, Doss, I think we've put on for a good show tonight, but I still feel like there's something missing.
You know what? I think you're right.
You thinking what I'm thinking?
Absolutely.
Stars.
Lightsabers. Ah, yes. Star Wars. Dude, we can watch Star Wars movies, look at Baby Yoda memes, and there's so much room for activities in here. Dude, it's a great thing I always carry this thing around with me. How awesome. Dude, I cannot believe we were thinking of the exact same thing.
Yeah.
You weren't thinking of Star Wars at all, were you?
No, that's a Miriam thing for sure. But do we have any Star Wars fans in the room? Good for y'all. But Doss, I'm thinking some more legit stars like Kim Kardashian or Reba or
Paxton Dahmer. I'm picking up what you're putting down now, man. I got it. Well, moving right along then.
Yeah. Have you been carrying that thing around all year?
Oh, what? This thing? No, absolutely not. You kidding me, man?
Okay, well, moving on from that, let's get to the real stars of tonight's show. The American Star finalists recognizes individuals who have stood out in their supervised agriculture experiences and have hit the pinnacle that our organization has to offer because they have taken what they've learned in the classroom and have applied it to their hands-on experience projects. These individuals are trying to improve the agriculture industry, the communities, and the lives of those around them. They are ensuring that the future of agriculture shines as bright as they do, and I think it's time we meet our American Star finalists.
The Star in Agribusiness recognizes FFA members who have used both their entrepreneurial spirit and leadership skills to develop and run their own respective agribusiness. Let's check out how these next FFA members are excelling in their own agribusinesses. FFA members and guests, our 2021 finalists for American Star in Agribusiness.
Hello, my name is Noah Anuez from Fort White, Florida, and I'm an American Star in agribusiness. My SAE is focused around my business, which goes by the name of Anuez Enterprise, where I provide many diverse services such as fencing, hauling, tractor work, and welding, with fencing being my #1 priority. In addition, I worked at Hobo Tractor Company, which allowed me to learn and understand proper maintenance and care of equipment, and also to be on the lookout for upcoming problems. I also attended Florida Gateway College, doing dual enrollment in welding, where I became a certified welder. This allowed me to be able to not only repair my equipment, but also weld the equipment that I needed as it broke. When I started out, I had 1 part-time employee, to where now I have 1 full-time employee and 2 part-time employees. When someone sees an Anuez Enterprise sign on their fence, I want them to remember the hard work, dedication, and service that was provided, and that I made a difference, 1 fence at a time.
Please join me in congratulating Noah Anuez.
Hi, I'm Tyler Ertzberger from the Franklin County High FFA chapter in Carnesville, Georgia, and I'm a finalist for the American Star in Agribusiness. My interest in livestock photography and marketing started back in the 8th grade on my family's operation when taking pictures for an upcoming production sale. This led to my first contract, the Southern Empire Livestock Exposition and the Gwinnett County Fairgrounds, and the formation of my first business, Tyler Ertzberger Photography, began. Throughout my high school career, I continued to grow my business into what is now known as Square One Agri Marketing. My business is now structured to handle events from county fairs to national events, as well as cover the Georgia National Fair and North Carolina State Fair at the exact same time. In addition to stock shows, we're also able to market for bigger named operations like Cattle Visions, the biggest semen and embryo operation in the United States. My job at Square One Agri Marketing is to lead a team of 18 members to photograph, live stream, clerk livestock auction, and promote exhibitor success through sale book, website, and social media management.
Please join me in congratulating Tyler Ertzberger.
My name is Matt Rowlett. I'm from Berea, Kentucky, and my SAE is a total property maintenance. At a young age, I started mowing and weed eating for my uncle, and I slowly moved into mowing and weed eating for my neighbors in our subdivision. I then turned into doing more landscaping, some snow removal, some leaf removal in the fall, a lot more landscaping, some small excavation, and turned into a lot bigger business. I hope to impact the world by showing more kids at our age or younger adults that being successful is possible as long as you try and you work hard. FFA has helped me to keep better records, keep everything straight and organized, giving me the skills to become a better person and stronger work ethic.
Please join me in congratulating Matthew Rowlett.
Howdy, my name is Wyatt Harlan. I am from the Slayton FFA chapter in Slayton, Texas, and I'm a finalist for the Star American in Agribusiness. My SAE was raising pheasant for the purpose of guided hunts. I will have individuals from the West Texas area or all over Texas who don't really want to make the drive up to the Midwest to go on a quality pheasant hunt. And so my duty is to guide these individuals on a local pheasant hunt in West Texas. I'll get chicks from Jacksonville, Wisconsin in early summer, and I will raise those and periodically change pens to assess their growth. Once I have a quality bird that I know that my hunters will enjoy, I will assess their needs as a hunter and release these birds according to their hunts. I enjoy doing what I do because I get to facilitate experiences for family and friends that they might not have if I was not guiding a hunt.
Please join me in congratulating Wyatt Harlan. The 2021 American Star in Agribusiness is Tyler Ertzberger, Georgia. Tyler became interested in livestock photography as a livestock exhibitor. He uses his unique skills and talents to operate Square One Agri-Marketing, his photography and marketing business. It has made him a leader in the industry, and it led him to this honor. Congratulations on being named the 2021 American Star in Agribusiness.
The American Star in Agricultural Placement recognizes individuals who have stood out in agricultural-related careers. These individuals are developing skills and knowledge that make them career-ready professionals and are constantly doing to learn while they are in the process of this award area. I think it's time we meet some of our finalists in the American Star Agricultural Placement.
Hi, my name is Caleb Peckham. I'm a member of the Killingly FFA chapter in Danielson, Connecticut, and I'm a finalist for the American Star placement. So my SAE was being employed on my family's dairy farm. Some of the tasks that I did were feeding calves, managing our calf operation. I had the responsibility of my own milking shifts during the weeknights and also on the weekend, filling in for my father on Thursday morning so he could bottle milk for the farm store. I also did field work as far as hay, harvesting hay, corn, silage, and spreading the fields and planting. The FFA has taught me leadership, working together as a team. It has taught me the value in what I do. For me, the FFA has showed me how important what we do here on a day-to-day basis.
Join me in congratulating Caleb Peckham.
Hi, I'm Duncan Patton, and I am proudly representing the Madison County High School FFA chapter in Danielsville, Georgia, as an American Star placement finalist. My SAE project, it started on my family's cattle operation, where I started out working by feeding cows, mending fences, and harvesting hay. As I progressed and got older, I started to take over the managing of the animals' nutrition, their herd health, and actually doing some of the marketing. So my cattle operation is me and my dad, where we're running about 110 head of cattle most of the year. We're actually trying to grow the operation right now, working with getting more land and raising more calves. We produce our own hay to feed our cattle through the winter to have a roughage for our animals to eat. We have about 35 acres of our own land set aside primarily just for the hay, and we have about another 20 to 25 acres that are leased land that we're working with.
Join me in congratulating Duncan Patton.
Hi, I am Ethan Buck from Rossville FFA chapter in Rossville, Indiana, and I am a 2021 finalist for American Star in Agricultural Placement. For my SAE, I was employed by B&J Buck Farms in central Indiana. B&J Buck Farms is a dual-purpose swine and crop operation. For my SAE, I worked on both sides of the operation. I started with simple tasks at the very beginning and worked my way up to being vital to both the swine and the crop operations. I started this SAE project because Buck Farms is a family-owned and operated third-generation farm, and I wanted to become part of my family's farming tradition. Working through my SAE, I got to connect with my family and my heritage. I got to work beside both my grandparents and my parents who passed years of agricultural knowledge to myself. Through my SAE, I'm getting prepared to become the fourth generation of the Buck family to carry on our farming legacy.
Please join me in congratulating Ethan Buck.
Hello, my name is Jacob Weinheimer. I'm from the Panhandle FFA chapter in Panhandle, Texas. I'm a Star American finalist in placement. My SAE is a placement SAE on Weinheimer Farms. My duties include operating a CS690 cotton stripper baler during cotton harvest. I operate a combine during wheat, corn and milo harvest. I assist in the operation of the air seeder. I move the bales during cotton harvest, and I service and keep up with all the service intervals on all of our equipment. The FFA has inspired me by showing me how hard work equals success. I first saw it at the first state convention I went to. I saw all the state star winners and saw how big of a deal that was. And then 2 years ago, I went to the national convention and saw the national finalist and star, and that's when I really saw how big of a deal it was. So to be one of those finalists now is a huge deal.
Please join me in congratulating Jacob Weinemer. The 2021 American Star in Agricultural Placement is Caleb Peckham from Connecticut. Caleb's work on his family's farm gave him experience in crop and dairy production. He also developed management skills, which led him to a passion for continued involvement in the dairy industry. Congratulations on being named the 2021 American Star in Agricultural Placement.
Talented young people who are passionate about using their science-based agricultural knowledge to solve real-world issues in our country are certainly play a vital role in our industry. These next 4 FFA members are meeting those challenges head-on in the lab. Let's meet our finalists for the American Star in Agri-Science.
Mackenzie Camacho, and I'm from the O'Neill's Minarets FFA chapter in California, and I am a National Star finalist in Agri-Science. My SAE project started my freshman year when I wanted to test the effectiveness of rinsing fruits and vegetables when it came to removing bacteria. And this came from having worked farmers markets where it was required to have a rinsing station for people wanting samples. My second year, I moved on to testing the most effective fungicides at combating a parasitic pathogen called Botrisphaeria that has recently transferred into walnut trees around the world. And my final project tested the irrigation water for parasitic pathogens, where I found the presence of several. And I went on to prove that using small doses of bleach removes these parasitic pathogens while remaining diluted enough to have no negative effects on the crops.
Please join me in congratulating Mackenzie Camacho.
Hi, I'm Emily Acevedo from the Bradford FFA chapter in Stark, Florida, and I'm a finalist for the American Star in Agri-Science. My SAE project focuses on goat reproduction and the implementations within the boar goat industry. I didn't choose this research somewhat chose me. In the 6th grade, I went to the Florida State Fair with a bred doe, and she decided it was a lovely place to have her kids. I, on the other hand, did not. That experience was not only eye-opening for me, but allowed me to think about things in a bigger picture. So after she had safely delivered her kids, I was thinking to myself, we needed a pregnancy test that even I could use. Accessible, easy to use, easy to read. And I'm now working towards that goal. So 6th grade Emily had this big lofty dream of creating a pregnancy test that 20-year-old Emily is now getting to see come to fruition.
Please join me in congratulating Emily Acevedo.
Hi, my name is Chase Krug, and I'm from the Linmar FFA chapter in Marion, Iowa, and I'm a finalist for American Star in Agri-Science. I got involved in doing agri-science research for my SAE because of my interest in plants and gardening. As a freshman, my first agri-science research project was breeding peas. From there, I went on to do potato breeding research through an SAE grant funded by the National FFA organization. After graduating high school, I traveled to Hyderabad, India to work for the World Vegetable Center on bruchid resistance in mung bean. My current research is focused on corn research at Iowa State University, and I've also done research at Purdue University on soybeans. FFA has meant a lot to me because it allowed me to explore my interest in agriculture and plant science and turn my interest in plants into a career.
Join me in congratulating Chase Krug.
Hi, my name is Reese Wilson, and I am from the Stephenville FFA chapter in Stephenville, Texas, and I am a 2021 Star American finalist in Agri-Science. My Agri-Science SAE consists of 3 separate research projects I conducted. My first project focused on ruminant nutrition and examined the effects of feed diet types on overall weight gain and ruminal health and ruminant pH levels in sheep. In my second research project, I examined the effects of protein levels on ruminant health in sheep and overall weight gain. My third research project was a social systems project, which examined breeders' opinions on different reproductive technologies, such as artificial insemination. Currently, I work as an undergraduate research assistant at Texas Tech University in the Meat Science Department.
Join me in congratulating Reese Wilson. The 2021 American Star in Agri-Science is Chase Krug from Iowa. Chase has completed over a dozen research projects in plant science and plant breeding, including research in India. All of these experiences have prepared him for a career in scientific research, and they also led him to this moment. Congratulations on being named the 2021 American Star in Agri-Science.
The American Star Farmer recognizes individuals who have chosen a career path in agricultural production, and these individuals have hit the pinnacle that our organization has to offer due to their related work in agricultural-related fields. I think it's time we meet the nominees for the American Star Farmer.
My name is Josh Hoypool. I'm from the Golden Valley FFA chapter in Merced, California, and I'm a finalist for American Star Farmer. Ever since I was a kid, I've been involved in the family farming operation. I got my opportunity to start my own farming operation in 2015 when I started to take over a local family farmer's walnut production project. Since then, I've been able to diversify that project, gaining 97 acres of Chandler walnuts, 84 acres of nonpareil and Monterey almonds, growing and creating a custom farm equipment fabrication business where I'm able to create sustainable and local agricultural equipment to help in family farming, and a custom fertilizing spreading business where I'm able to incorporate sustainable techniques to carry on the future of California farming.
Please join me in congratulating Josh Hoypool.
My name is Grady Johnson from the Holdridge FFA chapter in Holdridge, Nebraska, and I'm a finalist for the Star Farmer of America. My SAE consisted of fattening feeder lambs and also having my own flock of breeding ewes that I lambed out during the winter. I started leasing some of my own farm ground as well as managing the day-to-day operations of that, including managing soil moisture probes, putting together crop plans, and day-to-day irrigation, harvesting, and planting. I also saw that we had a lot of residue as we were starting to do more corn on our operation. So I began baling behind the combine the residue that came through and selling that to local feed yards, which began my forage production SAE. FFA is giving me the opportunity to compete and be involved in something I was passionate about. It gave me something to be involved in, compete in, and been able to take me places I never thought I'd go and make connections around the state and nation that I never thought I'd have.
Please join me in congratulating Grady Johnson.
Hi, my name is Kurt Mugley. I'm from the Grant County FFA chapter, and I live in Carson, North Dakota, and I'm a finalist for the American Star Farmer. For my SAE, I grow a variety of crops including wheat, corn, soybeans, and sunflowers. I make all the financial decisions on the farm, including when to apply herbicides, when to plant the crop, when to store or harvest the grain. I also run all the equipment, including my sprayer, combine, seeders, planters, drive truck. I also do all of the fixing responsibilities, including maintaining equipment, repairing broken equipment. I hope to impact the world by creating a good, clean product and help improve the environment and sustain what we're doing.
Please join me in congratulating Kurt Mugley.
Hi, my name is Reagan Clausen, and I represent the Hydraulically FFA chapter in the state of Oklahoma as a finalist for the Star Farmer of America. My Supervised Agriculture Experience program represents the diversity in agriculture through the production of crops and cattle. Specifically, I grow registered double-stop CL+, hard red winter wheat through the winter, and rotate a double summer crop of either registered red scarlet black-eyed peas or a variety of runner peanuts called lariats. The second part of my SAE program is beef cattle production. This is a split between a 30-head Angus-based cow-calf operation and a winter stocker program where potential heifer replacements are foraged on wheat through the winter and sold in the spring as yearlings. My SAE focuses on raising efficient, high-quality cattle with improved yearling weights and maternal traits. It also focuses on raising high-yielding quality crops with an emphasis on soil fertility and sustainability. My SAE has taught me how hard work, financial responsibility, and patience can take a small operation into the operation I have today while minimizing debt and maximizing profits.
Please join me in congratulating Reagan Clausen. The 2021 American Star Farmer is Grady Johnson, Nebraska. Grady used advanced technology, marketing, and a forward-thinking approach to build his sheep and crop enterprises. His belief in keeping an open mind and embracing new techniques, innovations, and ideas helped him create a successful farm operation, and it has led him to this moment and this honor. Congratulations on being named the 2021 American Star Farmer.
Now, just like any good movie night is all made possible because of a good film. Filmmakers work tirelessly to ensure that viewers enjoy a good quality show and can benefit from it as well. Just like this, our American stars work in the same manner in order to ensure that the future of agriculture shines bright and it benefits those in our society. Y'all, let's make some noise for our American stars.
FFA members and guests, our American Stars Award winners. The American Star in Agribusiness, Tyler Ertzberger. The American Star in Agricultural Placement, Caleb Peckham. The American Star in Agri-Science, Chase Krug. And the American Star Farmer, Grady Johnson. These individuals are the future of agriculture, and they will help the agricultural industry remain relevant through their supervised agricultural experiences. Congratulations. Let's go!
Man, David, what a night this has been. Better yet, what a show this has been.
Dude, I couldn't agree with you more. I definitely see why you think movie nights are the way to go.
Mm-hmm. I know. Man, I really had a great time at movie night. What do y'all think? I can assure you the feeling is mutual. But, David, I think it's about time to get the credits rolling. What were some of your highlights of the session, man?
I mean, aside from the great snacks in the back, I definitely think getting to hear our proficiency, our career and leadership development event finalists, as well as listening to our amazing band and choir. What about you?
Definitely getting you hooked on the idea of movie night, as well as hearing the retiring address from our Central Region Vice President Paxton Dahmer, and getting to meet our American Star Award winners. David, this session was definitely worth a second date.
Absolutely, my man. Tonight we got to celebrate being back together, as well as those who are joining us from back home, and also celebrate those whose hard work has paid off on the big stage. Tonight, if we saw individuals cross the stage and we envisioned ourselves up here, know that it is possible. Just work hard and put your best foot forward. FFA is a place where we have shining stars, and we can't wait to see you shine bright. Because ultimately, we are an FFA for one and all. As we gather at our National FFA Convention, we remember, even when apart, we are connected, stronger and better than ever. Just as we have learned from our traditions, we are united, forming stronger bonds through challenging pursuits. We are better when we encourage, celebrate, and show up for each other. Wherever we are, we add value, and multiplied by over 735,000 Blue Jackets nationwide, we become the next generation of leaders. Together, we are back and better for all.
Let's go, let's go! We're breaking rules. Let's go, let's go, let's go. To what we do. Let's go, let's go.
Madam Secretary, do you have a record of any further business which should now be transacted?
I have none, Mr. President.
Does any member know of any new or unfinished business which should properly come before this session? We are about to adjourn this 6th general session of the 94th National FFA Convention and Expo. As we mingle with others, let us be diligent in labor, just in our dealings, courteous to everyone, and above all, honest and fair in the game of life. Fellow members and guests, join me in a salute to our flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I now declare this session adjourned.